having a chill session in the brain, in the mind. Like, subscribe. Should I get carried away in saying that, or should I leave that part out? I'm going to just say that anyway. Like, subscribe, ID in the Discovery channel. Yes, ID in the Discovery channel. The links are provided below. Get that Discovery Go app as well as that ID Go app. You might want to get those two things and combine them together. Make them into one. But the chill session. Because I'm a writer. I feel like I was born to write and nothing else. I be getting so locked deep in thought. Sometimes where other individuals, it depends on your personality type. I speak about this a lot. Personality type, understanding and knowing yours. Not really where you fit in society, but why you do things such as behaviors and all the rest, right? Sometimes I just be chilled back, thinking and thought, despite it being hard for me to relax. I'm the type of person I can't. The only way, I said that before, the only way I can relax is if I'm reading something, studying stuff, trying to make sense of stuff, pulling stuff apart, put it back together and all the rest, right? But lately, on my mind, because some people, they'll say, well, if you think too much, then it's prone to lead to depression. Sometimes it does. For me, it does. And that's a good thing because, see, if I get to a point in life where I start making wrong choices, that's going to make me question and examine, yes, and try to analyze intuition. Because it's always said that intuition is in fact precise. Maybe it is. I don't completely know, but for me to be an INTJ personality is to know I question everything. You can put me in a room for 15 hours and I will possibly question everything around that room. Up and down. Why was the keys made to the room? Why is there a slight doorstep, meaning the footing that's right outside the room? How much square feet is in that? What's the square foot in that? Does it add in precise with square root with any of that? That's just how my mind is in dividing and division with that sort of thing, right? Dividing things down. I think sometimes even my own mind be divided down and me calculating stuff as much as I do. Sometimes I can't sleep off of that. But yeah, my decisions. I've been locked in this past week on trying to question the subconscious mind, where it links together with intuition. How powerful is the subconscious mind? Because see how I see the subconscious mind, they say the majority of our choices and decisions are based upon the subconscious alone. And then you got intuition that plays into that as well, right? When I think of the subconscious mind, I think of it as the best analogy for me to even say with that is, if I can picture it visually, is to say like a whirlwind. Our subconscious mind is just like a tape player that records everything from birth all the way to death, right? And so it recollects information as you go every single day, stringing thoughts together and all the rest. But if I can picture it visually, that will be to say it's a whole bunch of visual images, sound, and yet sometimes sound is not heard, because even that will be hallucinations or schizophrenia or something like that. So I'll leave the sound aspect out, but wording and all the rest, right? And then when you put intuition, maybe it's the gut feeling and the hunches that you receive. But visually, once again, I see it like almost energy that's wrapping around the body continuously. Like kind of like how the old school VH tapes were, how it spins, or even CD or DVD, how it spins. And yet if you will put a body in the center of where, say, the centerpiece of how you put a DVD in the DVD drive, or a CD inside of a CD player, there's usually that center hole is right there to keep it right there from spinning off or flying off, right? So that's how I see the subconscious mind with humans. with that is if it's like a spinning disc, and yet right in the center of that hole is the human being, and your thoughts and everything else, thought processes constantly moving around you. You're standing at center, and yet everything, your thought process is moving like this, which is why I'm sensing and guessing and believing sometimes human beings can get stuck and locked in their past. How some people are alcoholics, drug addicts, or they have habits that they can't seem to break because that's all the subconscious mind. And yet it operates all day continuously, right? And so this week I was locked in on that because of my decisions that I make. Is my decisions based upon trial and error? Is my decisions based upon God alone or other factors in that? Is my decisions that I'm making based upon subconscious mind? Is it intuition, or is it trial and error, or could it possibly be totally God? Maybe it's a mixture of all things, but when I go back, some people don't even sit and think and overlook their life. I'm saying a decision based upon decision, like how you string decisions all along to look at them. Well, how did I get from here to there? How did I get from point A to point Z? Some people's brain don't hold the memory that long, far and travel, unless say it's a tragedy such as you getting a DUI or something, you getting drunk, getting in your car and smashing up something. That sort of thing is embedded, in memory for life. But when it comes to other decisions day to day, some people don't pay attention to those sort of things. Most people pay attention in memory based upon the bigger things, such as tragedies or excitement, something happened, you got married and all the rest. And yet I like to look at the decisions up under all that, because that's going to help me gain a bigger, much more bigger scope of even God. If God was in on the footing, or if I was doing stuff based upon trial and error. And I keep coming back to that. Trial and error and intuition, because when I said when I was writing out some stuff online, and I said, man, sometimes intuition can guide you into the wrong thing, and how I wish that sort of thing was mentioned on TV more. That's why it helps to not always go along with what you're told, saying, well, intuition is completely precise, and yet so many of us know that it's not all the time. No. Or maybe the outcome is completely different than what you thought and perceived. Your intuition can show you that, oh, you need to do this, you need to go this way. And then when you get there, it's not what you thought it was going to be. It's something totally opposite. So that's to say, did intuition really guide me there? Or was it my subconscious mind remembering based upon past experiences that, oh, I'm comfortable and familiar with doing this, so let me go over here and try this. And maybe that's going to work out in the same familiar pattern that it did in the past if I tried to do something similar in the past. And maybe it wasn't intuition. And people don't question this far. Interesting with that. Some people say, well, don't question that far, because you would in fact lose your mind with that. Well, I'm able to take the risk in that. Because, see, I don't like to jump into, let me go over here and make this decision with this and make this decision with that, and then it don't come out the way that I'm thinking, the outcome or whatever it comes out, or it might not even work at all, right? And then I'm lost in thought thinking, well, I thought intuition guides you, or I thought God guides you, or I thought your subconscious mind guides you. So what is in fact guiding me? Because there was an incident, what year was that? I think that was like 2013, and I was going in a direction that I can sense that I was supposed to be moving and going into, right? And it was a complete wrong, and yet I felt like intuition was guiding me. I felt it so strongly that intuition was guiding me. And when I got to where I was going, it was completely off track. It wasn't right or something. Because, see, intuition is a feeling, and I know. That's what I'm saying when I question stuff. When people be like, well, don't drive yourself batshit crazy and questioning. No, I need to, because I'm all about decision making with that. Yes, I can lose everything by making the wrong choice or whatever. And then when you die in life, you can't take nothing with you, right? But I like to know. I like to be keen in awareness. I see things before they happen a lot, right? And people say, well, that's in fact intuition. That's God's intuition telling you this and this and that. I don't really know, but I know I can see a face, as in it can flash, because I've had that happen as well. Flashing images right before my face of, say, a relative, and then next thing you know, I go out to the store the next day and see them in the store. Or I'll see flashing images of this and this and that, and next thing you know, it's presented right before me. The questioning of intuition. When I think of intuition, when I think of the analogy on that, I just think of it as almost like a straight path. Like everything is every which way on the outside, but you're walking in a straight path, and it's almost like your GPS where you're able to see going forward, moving forward right in front of you, as in what is to come. Because sometimes I can walk up on somebody and start talking and saying the same things at the same time as them. Or walk up on somebody, right? And as they're mentioning something, I'll mention it too. That's how I see almost intuition going in a straight path. And yet I question the times of where my footing has been off. Because I don't like to, that upsets me more than anything, is to make decisions. Trying to drive into decisions physically, and then say the outcome is not what I expected, or is completely different, or is altered, or I feel that I'm being carried in intuition, and then me saying, well, why when I got here now it don't feel like, now what the hell was guiding me? You see what I'm saying? My dog is barking. I think I'm going to make another video. I'm going to end this video out and make another one so I can question more deeper. But let me know what you think and feel about what I just said with that.